Hey guys, as you can tell from the title of this video, this is gonna be a video about 10 things you should avoid doing in Azur Lane. Number 1, don't cancel commissions with oil costs. You should avoid canceling commissions in general because, as you may have already known, commissions do not give any rewards if you cancel them prematurely. It doesn't matter how long has passed since the commission started, as long as the timer is not completely done, you don't get any rewards. But the thing is, if it has an oil cost, you also have the added problem of losing resources because the oil cost spent on a commission is not refunded. Especially the long commission that has 1,000 oil costs, 1,200 oil costs. That is a lot of oil to be losing, especially if you're getting into the later end of the game where your ship fleets actually costs like 60 per fight. That is a lot of oil resources lost that you could have been using for battle. So when you're doing this commission or other commissions that cost oil, just make sure double check the ships that you put in so you don't have to cancel the commission just in case you place a wrong ship. And in the case that you do, you should just let it go so you don't lose oil. Number 2, don't cancel tactical classroom classes. The tactical classroom is where you upgrade skills using skill books, and the skill books that you use, even if you cancel them, kinda like the oil cost, is not refunded, except there's the difference that it gives experience to the skill based on how much time has passed. But if you made a simple mistake like choosing the wrong color of skill book or the wrong tier of skill book, you should just let it go and let it complete on its own instead. Because if you cancel a skill book like really early, like let's say you made the mistake and then you cancel it immediately, it's still gonna give experience. Like you're only gonna get around 1 or 2 experience because like I said, it gives experience based on how much time has passed, and this is a big problem, especially if you use one of the higher tiered skill books. You're not gonna get that back and you're gonna lose all that experience. Number 3, don't forget to enhance ships. In most games, you would expect that when you level up your character, the stats would also go up with it. But in Azur Lane, it's kind of different. Yes, you do get a stat increase, but it's only very small increase. What leveling up mostly does is increase the upper limit for the stat values. And unless you enhance your ships, you're not really gonna get the full benefit of leveling up. In relation to the previous one, number 4, don't use ships higher than common rarity to enhance ships. Now if you go into the enhancement screen, you might notice a small text that says using the same ship yields times 2 the experience it would give. But the thing is, if you're using high rarity ships like gold or purple, I don't really suggest doing it. Even the blues, the rare ships, I don't think you should be using those because of several reasons. That is, one of them is that common ships are very easy to come by. They're in very high abundance. You can get them easily, especially if you're farming maps. And you can reach the upper limit pretty quickly with common ships actually. And if you're using high rarity ships, I think you should just save those for limit breaks or for exchanged metals. Even the blues, the rare ships, you could, instead of using them to upgrade or enhance your ship, you should just exchange them for metals, and you might actually get something more useful in the metal shop. Number 4, don't bring ships with sad morale to battle. In a previous video where I talked about leveling up ships, I covered this topic about morale, and as I said in the video, ships with sad morale will lose affection every battle and the experience they gain is only half. And the thing is, you should not really bring ships once they reach sad morale because losing affection is not really worth it, because the higher the affection or the affinity value, there is actually hidden bonuses that the ship gains as the affinity gets higher and higher. Number 6, don't bring weaker ships to higher maps with a strong ship to level them up. This is kind of related to the previous one. Ships that sink will lose morale way faster, and as I said in the previous one, if the morale hits the sad value, you're not really gonna get the full benefit of using them, and it also has the downside of losing affection points. Number 7, don't spend gems on the coin shop. In this shop, you may sometimes see items that appear with low gem costs, and the thing is, even if it's like 60 or 50, or sometimes if it's on sale it's like 30 gems only, you should not spend your gems here. For the case of people who do not spend money on the game, you could actually spend your gems somewhere else better. Like, you could increase the capacity of your dorm, stuff like that. You could increase the ship capacity in the dockyard. You could increase the item capacity. There are so many places where you could wisely spend your gems instead. And for people who spend on the game, your gems could be better off spending on bundles. Those give you way more. And the last thing you need to consider is that most of the stuff that appear in the coin shop that costs gems are easily farmed in game or easily acquirable in other shops like the metal shop. Number 8, don't hesitate to spend on dorm accessories. While you might think that the dorm accessories are purely aesthetic, if you actually look in the upper right corner, there is a comfort level. And you can see the current comfort level by tapping on it, and you would notice that it says there's a bonus, and yes, there is a bonus the higher the comfort level. And comfort level gets higher with every furniture that you own. Every piece of design, furniture or walls or floor that you own, it adds to the total comfort whether or not it's placed in the dorm. So there's no reason to hesitate buying or think that it's not worth buying anything in the dorm, because it actually does. The bonus increases the amount of experience the ship gains. Now yes, the comfort level is diminishing returns, and by that I mean the higher the comfort level, the less and less bonus you get. It's still a good thing to keep in mind that the higher the better. Number 9, if you're an active player, do not miss out on events. Events give out so many things. This game really gives out a lot during events. They have increased rate. They have increased rate to get certain ships. They're giving out certain rewards like rare equipment, gems, cubes, drills, all that stuff. They sometimes even give free character skins or event only skins. So it's really good to stay up to date to the events and try to do them as much as possible. Lastly, don't forget to do your dailies and weeklies. And by this, I mean the daily and weekly missions, as well as your daily and weekly obligations. You might be thinking there's not really much in the missions that you have to do, but the thing is, the daily and weekly missions give out so much stuff that is important to gameplay, like cubes, coins, experience, oil, drills, and sometimes even the bullets for limit break. They give out so much stuff. And then there's also the daily raids, which give out necessary equipment like upgrade plates, skill books, and tech boxes for other equipment that you could get. Exercise battles might not seem that much worth it, but there are actually some ships that are only available by gaining merit from the exercise battles, and sometimes in the merit shop there are a bunch of stuff that you might actually want. Like, sometimes there's even cubes in the merit shop. And lastly, hard mode. As of the making of this video, it might seem like hard mode isn't really that worth it, but it will be worth it, and actually it's still currently worth it. There are certain drops that only appear in hard mode, and one of them is retrofit components. If you're looking to retrofit a ship and you don't have the components, this is actually where you farm them. And number 2, as of the beginning of this video, it's not currently implemented, but in the future it will be. because it's in other servers already, the Japanese and Chinese servers. There will be a new currency implemented into the game called core data, and core data is only farmed in hard mode. And it's really useful because the core shop where you exchange core data for items, the items there that you can exchange for are really good items, usually very rare, or sometimes some of the items are only available in the core shop. So you should really keep that in mind. And that's it for this video. Again, if you guys have any comments on how I could improve my videos or my commentaries, please feel free to leave a comment down below. And as always, thanks for watching.